Very well. I will join your order. Why would I hesitate? These dragons killed many of my people, and I cannot fight them alone. So I will help you hunt down the beasts. A simple decision, yes? The Dragon Guard were a very strict order, yes? I doubt our crew would do well with too many rules. Perhaps some changes will need to be made. I have faced many enemies. Nothing was too big or too powerful for me to challenge. I didn't always win, but I could always fight. When the dragons came, this was no longer true. I would rather die on the sands of Palatine than hide away on foreign soil. This is a chance to make my stand. I will take it. Besides, if I thought your cause was impossible, I would have said no.
I can't believe we're in a dragonguard sanctuary. My father would tell me stories about the Order when I was little. Protectors of the Emperor, slayers of dragons, daring adventures. It was all quite exciting. You want me to join your order? I mean, that isn't to say I don't want to. Of course I do. I want to protect my home before the dragons destroy it. I didn't expect you to ask me to stay. We only face the darkness of fear so that we may find the light of courage. That's something my mother always told me. An old Red Guard proverb, she said. I'll join your Dragon Guard and protect my home. You have my word. I have to admit, our Dragon Guard does seem a little motley at the moment. Perhaps uniforms would help? I spent my childhood in Cyrodiil. My father was a commander under Emperor Leovic, and my mother was a Red Guard ambassador. Her name was Sadala. I had a tough time fitting in with my peers. They were always questioning who I was. Was I Imperial? Was I a Red Guard? They wanted to put me in a neat little box, but I didn't quite fit. Anyway, my father joined the Colovian Revolt and was given the rank of general by Emperor Varen. Father received orders to come to Central and help with the restoration. He didn't plan to take me along as I was only 13 at the time. Then my mother died, and everything changed. Exactly, and a new city helped take my mind off of other things. I felt so welcomed in Senchal. The Khajiit never questioned who I was or where I came from. To them, I was simply Aelia. That was all that mattered.
Yeah. Can you see I'm reading? Trying to read. What letter does that look like to you? Oh. Thought it might have been some sort of code. Well, guess I'm free now. What do you want? Captain says a lot of things. Like more riches than we can count, and easy as a spring breeze. Now here we are, hunting dragons like they're some kind of sky whales. Well, you are anyway. I got books to research. Who'd have thought reading could be so handy? Anything, Dragon Guard. Books on killing dragons without getting eaten, I hope. When I scare up some leads, I could use your help retrieving them. I hear anything about those New Moon fanatics while I'm at it, I'll let you know.
What do you want? Not surprising. I am the only one who can keep a ledger around here. You hunt dragons. I figure out where the dragons are, and what to do with any parts you bring back, yes? It's the most obvious way to help.
Nathalar and I have come to an agreement. We'll work together to defeat Latvalan, but only that. After our battle is won, Nathalar will peacefully depart from these lands. Now, what did Zaji say to my proposal? Excellent. I'll meet with him and his crew to discuss the particulars. For aiding me in the establishment of our new Dragon Guard, accept this reward. Oh, and talk to Nathalar when you have a moment. He requested your help with a small matter.
You are wise to ally yourselves with me. Latvulan will not stop until Tamriel is destroyed. He has raised an army and forced my brothers to join his crusade. Those who refuse die. He must be stopped for the good of my kind, as well as for yours. A dragon's words have power few mortals understand. When we swear an oath, we are bound by it. That is our way. The dragon Yagrandu vowed to aid me in a time of need. We must seek him out and remind him of his oath. I do, but I do not know where he hides. I leave that task to you, as the Dragon Guard of old were known to be accomplished trackers. Seek the aid of a companion who knows this land well, and let them guide you. Now go, hunter. Find Yagrandu. Finding Yagrandu requires a test of skill rather than mere bravery. I am curious to see how you and your companions fare. Yagrandu ran afoul of a powerful dragon hunter in a time before the Dragon God. I found him, injured and cornered, and offered my aid. For a price. Knowing that his life was forfeit, he begrudgingly agreed. My kind call it a soul smear, a blood allegiance. It is an unbreakable bond, stronger than any vow uttered by a mortal. Yagrandu is bound to pay his debt by a magic older than any you know. If you find him, he will join our cause.
We're part of the Dragon Guard, Aelia. It's not stealing.
I think we should ask before putting them on.
But it looks so good on you. Look what we found, Walker. Zaji has to say, the Dragon Guard certainly has style, though this one did decide to make a few alterations. Now, what's our next move? What does our dragon friend have up his scaly sleeve? A missing dragon, huh? Then you'll want to head to Kenarthi's Breath Temple. The priests there can find all sorts of things, if your cause is just. I'm certain they wouldn't mind helping the noble dragonguard defeat a great evil. South of Black Heights, Zaji's childhood village. Just follow the ringing of the bells, yes? You can't miss it. Zaji will meet you there? Yes, of course. This one is your resident expert, after all. He just did not realize that his first Dragon God mission would take him back to Black Heights. He hasn't visited since... well, he has never visited. The only thing remarkable about Black Heights is just how unremarkable it is. Nothing ever happens there. The villagers paint the wall of life. The priests pray to Kenarthi for guidance. It's all very, very dull. A big mural. The villagers each add to it before they die, preserving their stories for generations to come. Zaji remembers staring at it when he was a Jakashit. The stories of this one's ancestors made Zaji think... That's it. Merchants, weavers, fishers, and farmers. There were now stories of heroes, no glorious tales of adventure. All Zaji saw in that mural was a life too dull to contemplate. And so, this one ran away and never looked back. Kenarthi is the goddess of the winds. She guides the Khajiit, ensuring our ships reach safe harbor and our souls find the sands behind the stars. With Kenarthi's power, the priests can guide us to what we seek. Something to do with the bells, Zaji thinks. He has never seen the ritual, of course. It is only performed in times of dire need, such as when a group of brave Dragon Guard must find a dragon, yes? It's settled. To Black Heights.
And I'm coming with you.
What? You don't trust Zaji to handle this?
Not in the slightest.
Uninvited guests. Well, I can always use more slaves. You'll beg for the shackles before I'm through. Look now, you're scaring the poor slaves. Do something, you coward! Help your master!
Walker? Praise Halkosh! Quickly, cut me down and get this door open. We can use Turo's boat to escape.
Oh dear, oh dear. What will we do now?
You came for us. Truly, Walker. Daini did not think she would see another sunrise. Did you slip past Turo, or... Daini would be lying if she said she was not glad to hear it. But then, this one's thirst for vengeance very nearly got us killed. Enough of that. We should go before Turo's thugs find us. Into the boat, yes? Quickly, get the gate open while this one frees her brother. Let's get out of here.
What a nightmare. I mean, sorry.
Yes, little brother.
Thanks for the help back there, friend. Not that I couldn't have gotten out of that pickle myself, mind you. Glad you found the cubs, too. I was worried that, you know, I wouldn't get paid and such.
Well, that was an adventure, of sorts. Thank you, Walker. Truly, we would never have made it out of that place alive without you. Daini managed to stash a handful of Turo's jewels away before the dogs captured her. This one feared that Sormund would demand more, but something softened him a bit. Daini does not ask questions. He agreed to take us aboard. That is enough, yes? Wherever Sormund takes us, yes? After years of waking to the same nightmare, Daini could do with a surprise or two. Speaking of nightmares, thank you for breathing Daini of hers. Knowing that Turo lies dead, it lightens the soul. Farewell, Walker. Do you seek a berth on Sormund's ship too? Ha! No, you are bound for greater things than deck swabbing and sail mending. As for Daini, deck swabbing and sail mending sound like a dream come true. Thank you again, my friend. You mean to ask if his business stays above board? This is Pelitin Walker. Every hand is dirty. Do not fear. Sormund makes his gold smuggling. No slaving or piracy. Daini had her fill of violence and evil here in Southgard. It is like this one's father always said. You can take the cat out of the alley, but you cannot take the alley out of the cat. Skirting the law is all this one knows. But you have Daini's word. She may break the law, but she will never do harm.
Malabo appreciates everything you have done for him, but Malabo cannot swim. We will just hope Sormund's big boat does not sink, yes?
A wood elf out on the high seas! Ha! I can't wait! Just call me Captain Acorn. Tiny, yes, but unsinkable.
Safik has no idea how to sail a vessel that size, but he will do his best to do his part. They say the surest way to a sailor's heart is through the belly, yes? And no one makes soups like Safik.
This one is always open for business.
What am I going to tell my uncle? His moon sugar, his guard, even my cat. All Is that really you? My friend from Hrothgar? It is you! Something has finally gone right in this hot and sandy land. I lost my uncle's goods, my guard. I even lost my cat. Mother was right. I never should have come here. You don't know the half of it. For a Khajiit raised by orcs in Hrothgar, I always hoped to visit the land of my natural parents. But was I welcomed? No, I was robbed. My uncle trusted me. I was going to prove myself. Instead, I'm just a failure. We were taking my uncle's gourmet moon sugar to the market in Rimmen. We had just set up camp for the night when we were attacked. My cat Winks ran away. My guard, Maisie, chased after the thieves. I'm worried about them. Our camp isn't far from here, just over that rise and across the river. I looked, but I'm terrible at finding clues. Maybe you'll have better luck figuring out where the thieves went after they took my uncle's gourmet moon sugar. I worked up the courage to write to my Khajiit family. My uncle Hizikar answered. They said I was the best Khajiit trader in Hrothgar, and he invited me to help with a family business. I lied, but even I could see the quality of his moon sugar. Winks? Oh, she's a great cat. Curious, adventurous, brave. Except today, for some reason. She ran off at the first sign of trouble, and I haven't seen her since. I hope she's all right. That would be Maisie. She works for my uncle. Best caravan guard in the business. That's what Uncle Hizikar said. And I believe him. Maisie is fantastic. She's smart, funny, brave. She fought like an orc. Even chased after the thieves when they ran. And I did, too, for a little while. Then I received a response to my letter, and my uncle invited me to Southern Elsewhere. I may have exaggerated my level of experience, which is why Uncle Hizikar trusted me with his precious cargo. This is where it happened. One moment I was spending a nice evening with Maisie and Winks. The next, those tuskless bastards were upon us. This is where it happened. They came out of nowhere. I remember getting hit and knocked to the ground. When I recovered, Winks was gone. But I heard Maisie shouting. She was chasing after those tuskless thieves. I want to say 3, but it was dark, and they came at us so fast. Had to be at least 3 to haul away my uncle's gourmet moon sugar. There could have been more. I hope for Maisie's sake it was only 3, though. I'm not an expert. I don't even like the stuff. But the purity of my uncle's moon sugar, well, it practically glows. He also adds herbs grown in the same fields to give it something extra. Anyway, look around and see if anything stands out. Looks like they dropped one of the sacks. So, not a total loss. That sound. Did you hear that? Wings! What is it, Winks? What are you trying to tell us? Winks, can you take us to Maisie? Woohoo! Look at Winks go! Follow that cat! Smugglers. You did it, Winks. Good kitty. I knew Winks could do it. I asked her to find Maisie, and she led us right to this spot. Winks has never failed me before. She's an expert tracker, you know. My brother Avrig would use her to find me when I got turned around on a hunt. I want to rush down there and rescue Maisie, but I'd probably just make matters worse. I can't tell you how much I'd appreciate it. Besides, I'm still feeling a little discombobulated from the attack. I'm gonna take Winks and find a place to hide. We'll meet up with you when Maisie is safe and sound.
If you aren't a smuggler, this one would appreciate being set free. does not know what these bastards did with our moon sugar. Maybe you could look around while this one checks on her friend. Macy cannot believe she allowed these stinky smugglers to ambush us and take our cargo. This one is never so negligent in her duties. But Jasima was so... Never mind that now. Did you find the stolen moon sugar? Let Macy see that. The note mentions that 1/3 of the shipment is headed to Senchal, while the rest was taken to 2 drop points. One by the river north of the swamp, and another at an old farm. Too many places for Macy to cover by herself. He did. Jasim is not like other Khajiit. He is different. Macy will find Jasim and try to intercept the smuggler going to Sanchal. Could you go to the drop points and retrieve the rest of the stolen moon sugar?
Maisie! Winks and I were so worried. I see you met our friend.
This one is pleased to see you as well, Jasim. While your friend finds the stolen moon sugar, we must hurry to Sanchal.
I owe you a great debt for saving Maisie and finding Winks. Thank you so much, my friend. But what was that about Senchal and the stolen moon sugar? Is there still a chance to recover my uncle's goods? Well, that accounts for one of the portions. What about the other 2? My uncle could be ruined if he lost 2/3 of his harvest. Then I owe you even more, friend. Well, my time here has been one disaster after another. I think I want to stay in elsewhere and learn the family business. But if I lose the moon sugar, my uncle will disown me and send me back to Rothgar. Don't be silly. I can visit them and write to them whenever I like. But this is a chance to get to know my Khajiit mother's family, to learn what it means to be Khajiit. And Maisie, well, she's really quite something, isn't she? I can't imagine that's true. She's so confident, so full of fire and steel. We're nothing alike. No, I think I'll keep those particular thoughts just between us, if you don't mind.
my concoction wouldn't work in Elsewhere, but Vigwin proves the doubters wrong yet again. A special recipe. Drink it down and you can see and hear beings that exist beyond the spectrum of our pedestrian perceptions. It's really a remarkable experience. You haven't lived until you've heard the song of the elusive sand whales of Elsewhere. The best stuff, I assure you. It contains... Hey, nice try. But no way I'm going to reveal my secret recipe. Unfortunately, I seem to have misplaced my last 3 bottles of ingredients. Must have lost them while I was watching the sand whales. You could find Vigwin's lost ingredient bottles? Oh, thank you, stranger! I promise to make a new batch with those ingredients so that you can experience the joy of the sand whales personally. How refreshing. Most people laugh when I tell them about the snow whales of Skyrim and their cousins in Elsewhere. You can only spot them while under the influence of my special concoction. For a time, you can see them fly by and listen to their song. Oh yes, they are totally imperceptible without my special concoction. Once you do see them in all their wonder and listen to their beautiful song, you'll never look at the world the same way again. I guarantee it.
Hey, over here. Could use a little help. Hey, look who it is. Long time no see, pal. I'd love to catch up and swap war stories, but these damned ropes really knock the wind out of the reunion, you know? You want to give me a hand? A dragon punted that wagon like a vosh ball, with me inside. There were 2 others in there with me. I think the kidnappers dragged them out. Tough to remember. I banged my head pretty good. My skull's thick, but it ain't that thick, you know? Yeah, real charmers. They planned to put us in some kind of exhibition. The kind you don't walk away from, I wager. I'm not gonna miss that cart, but the other prisoners, Tajahir and Mareki, are good folk. I mean to rescue them. Wanna help? Just get these ropes off. Can't feel my hands. That's better. Now, where did those tuskless runts stow my armor? Ah, here it is. Now, let's have a look around. Need to find out where those bastards ran off to. Huh? Oh, sorry, pal. Still a little woozy. The dragon fire swept the kidnappers' tracks pretty good. Frustrating. How about you? You find anything useful? Good. Let me take a look. So this Lady G's in charge, eh? Yeah, that makes sense. First lesson they teach you in bad guy school. Only use the first letter of your name if you're up to no good. Safe bet. Don't have much to go on, though. The note mentions some blockhead named Sellaway. Maybe if we show her that token, she'll talk. It's gotta be a ticket or something, right? I say we head to Senshal's waterfront and track her down. I need to walk off this headache. If you find Sellaway before I do, meet me at Senshal's marketplace, all right?